Yeah, man, you don't even need to do anything here, man. You just bring the coffee and that's it, right?
That's it, exactly right.
So I want to start this off right now. Like, I usually start it off with a positive message, but right now I really feel like this is important. I want to start off with not a negative, but something that kind of happened to me.
Yep.
I woke up in the morning and I went to make my shake. And you know how you do.
Yeah, here we go.
You vibe with a bit of music and just shaking it around. And anyway, I went to go take a sip, and it felt like half empty. And I'm like, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. And I look, and it's all over the wall. The protein.
How did you not realise?
Mate, when you're in that mood, man, when I'm in my flow, you you know what I'm saying?
Did you lick it off the wall? You did.
Bro,
don't lie.
You cannot waste those gains. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but anyway, so I was like, okay, cool. That's shaking me up a little bit. I'm a little bit late for work, but, got to clean it. So get that done. On the way to work, I had trouble with my battery. The car. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, oh, shit. Anyway, so I stopped the car, and then I started it again. It went tick, 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 and it did start, but the battery's fucked. Mm-hmm. So I had to get a new one. Not then, but like later on. I was like, all right, cool. So I was doing my, daily thing at work, and not saying what it was. Don't want to get into too much detail, but something fucked up at work, right? And then that's just gonna, throw you out. So basically, I'm basically in Gallipoli right now, man. I'm just, pushing to the beach, and I'm just getting shot left, right, and center. Dung, 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 dung. But it's all missing me, right? Yeah. And I'm like, cool, man. Mm-hmm. But I'm still keeping that cool head, right? Don't know how. Don't ask me. So anyway, then afterwards, I go home, get a text message.
Oh man, not more shit.
More drama. But hey, it's all good. Because we're on the ground right now where, you're going through. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is still alright, whatever. Anyway, I'm running out of time. I've got to eat, and then I've got to go to the gym, right? And then something else started happening after work, and the computer started. The computer just shit itself. And you know how it is when we were setting up last time.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, shit. Now, in that day, this is what I want to show. In that day, there was just so much shit that could have spun me sideways. I could have turned around. I could have just flipped it. But how I stayed positive, I don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I still smiled through it. I still smiled through the bullshit. And I think that's very important, that we have to just smile through it and get around it. I can get another battery. I can fix work. I can, whatever that drama was with the text messages, well, just deal with that later,
You can sort it out regardless.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, I guess everything can be fixed. Stressing about it isn't going to change that. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But where we came from here took a long road, you know what I mean? It just didn't happen yesterday.
Absolutely.
And so, you can see that the positive mindset, and that was on a Monday as well, right? To top it off. Mm-hmm. But then the week flew through me, for me, not through me.
Either way.
Yeah, not like those GYG last night. But yeah, so it just flew, and I had a positive week. I really did. Yep. So what I want to kind of tell everyone is smile through the bullshit, man, because, you're always going to come out the other end all good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I want to welcome everyone to the Just Hustle podcast again, where we're motivating the world right now. So whatever you're doing, I hope you guys are killing it, as always. Yeah, gang. Yes. If you're sleeping in bed, get the fuck up. You know how it is.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Unless you've made those bands and you're resting, then you got my respect.
You can sleep in for an extra hour.
Yeah, of course. Don't wake her up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so today we've got my good mate Daniel here.
What's happening?
How are you, Daniel?
I'm good, brother.
This guy's from the hood. Now, I want to kind of... Well, you are, man. I mean, the north, bro. It's a bit hood. I want to show... Look, we can have famous people on here. I can have big names on here. I do know people like that. But why have those type of people right now when I can have superstars from the hood, from our everyday life that you probably don't know? I'm going to call you an undercover superstar.
I'll take it, bro. I never thought, I never looked at myself like that, but I'll take it. Absolutely.
Well, you are, all right?
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Because that's why I smile. Yeah. All right, so...
I'll take it, yeah.
So anyway, starting off with this, you've heard the podcast, you've heard, all our stuff, and So tell us a bit about yourself and where you started and to where you are
Mate,
now.
There's a lot. But just to keep it brief, I had my own gym for 5 years. And,
Oh, yeah?
And thanks to good old lockdown, towards the end, unfortunately, I had to shut.
I spilt my Coke on the white shirt.
Of course you did, brother.
Leah's going to be pissed.
She's not happy. She's already looking at me funny. She's already like, what the fuck's going on over here?
I respect the death. But yeah, keep going.
Yep. So I had the gym, and unfortunately, at the end of the last lockdown, it was out of our hands, so we had to shut. And now I'm personal training, but definitely looking at reopening my own gym again.
Yeah. And now that's going to be huge, isn't it? To open your own gym.
Absolutely.
That's going to be fantastic.
Well, I've done it before, but the thing was, after I shut, I was trying to explore different avenues, try something different and all that type of stuff. Gave it a crack, and I was like, this isn't for me. And, no disrespect to anybody, but just working for somebody else isn't something I enjoy, and it's not something I want to do. So I was like, what do I know? What do I love? It's people and the gym. Let's reopen it and let's get back to it. So that's where we're at the moment.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And, I think it's very important that, you go back to something that you really enjoyed. Having your own gym, how did that change and help your mindset?
Very up and down, put it that way. So when I first took over the gym, there was a lot of doubt, a lot of self-doubt every single day because it was something I've never done before. Like I said, I just came from the personal training background. So running a business wasn't my thing. And we took it and just ran with it. But the hardest part with the mindset was when I first opened the gym, when I first took over the gym, I'd listen to a lot of motivational speakers, watch a lot of motivational videos, go to seminars, and there was like, go, 24/7, blah, 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 which I'm all for, absolutely. But the problem is they don't tell you about the downs as well. So you got to ride the wave, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a bit like people in the gym and steroids, like that. Sorry. That talk is always going to be in the gym, to obviously progress yourself faster and better.
Correct.
And everyone, man, there was always like, oh, bro, you got to take this. You look good, but you should be taking this.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation was always the same. Oh, don't worry, I was scared of needles too. Everyone said that,
Yep.
right? But the thing is, when you have a friend or like friends that have taken steroids, you see all the health risks,
Which they don't talk about.
They don't talk about
Same
that
as
at all.
running a business.
Because,
exactly
bro,
the same.
would they, if I'm selling Coke to you, am I going to tell you, bro, you're going to be on a trip and you're probably going to be on a come down for a week?
Correct. No,
you're going to
not.
take it, man.
Yeah, exactly right.
Even though they still do when they know about it.
Yeah, well, that's probably a bit different. But, going back to like the business side of things. So the mentality at the start was like, you got to get up early, you got to grind all day 24/7. I was like, fuck, all right. So I did, for a long time, I was like, I'll get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing at 3 o'clock in the morning? Nothing.
What are you doing?
Exactly right. Nothing. Taking a shit, going to work, just like everyone else. Do you know what I mean? But this is the reality of, I'm not trying to say it in a sitcom way, but this is just from my personal experience. So then I, started realizing there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I like that. Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I think that's also the reality. Like, again, I'd go to these seminars. They're like, I was just like you guys. I was a piece of shit. I was almost homeless. Blah, 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 blah. Now I just fucking 24/7 buy my fucking course. It's 20 grand today. I'm like, and you'd sit there and you're like, you know what? I am a fucking piece of shit. This guy's doing better than me. I want to do what he's doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'd fall for those gimmicks, right? And then time after time I sat there and I realized I'm like, it's all a load of shit. Not like all the majority, they're just telling you a story because they want to sell you something, right? So then I started realizing, like, I want to try and do it my way. And then I spoke to a few other people that own their own businesses, and the same thing, they're like, bro, there's two differences between being busy and being productive. You can be busy all day, completely scattered mentally, but when you're productive, how much better do you feel? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I have mates that own multiple businesses, and they get up at 10 a.m. What difference? They'll say to you, what difference does it make if I get up at 10 a.m. or 6 a.m.? I'm getting all my work done, I'm productive, and I'm still killing it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, absolutely. It's whenever you want to start your day, you should be able to, if that works for you. You know,
if you can make it a productive day, like for the last 2 years in the gym, I was getting up at 8 a.m., which was a sleep-in for me.
Yeah,
but the work I had set out for myself was there, and I smashed it all, and then I could enjoy the rest of the day with the gym, get more content, and then I got back to loving the gym because there was a time where it had to be this hustle 24/7 mentality where I started resenting what I did because it was so hard to train your clients, run the classes, bring members in, tell yourself mentally, even if you're going through like a down phase, you got to stay G'd up 24/7. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's very hard. So I think at the same time, the mentality, you have to ride it up and down.
Yeah, because you're going to crash after if you're going to be
Absolutely.
high all the time.
Which is what they don't tell you.
Yeah, of course.
So then again, you're made to feel like a shit cunt if you're not 24/7 grinding. So that's when this whole being productive over busy came into place for me.
Yeah.
So I much prefer being more productive rather than constantly trying to be busy and nothing's happening from that.
No, I like that. No, that's actually a fucking good way to put it.
You can use that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And that's something that I think I'm going to put up because, there's a difference between being busy.
There is.
And being productive.
Again, this is like, I don't say things just for the sake of saying it. I feel like you have to go through these things to understand like what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like even the mental health side of things, my mental health took a massive toll during the gym. And again, nobody really speaks about it. I started running men's mental health, like barbecues and stuff in the gym.
Yeah, because you're big on mental health.
Absolutely. Like I said, because I go through my own shit. You go through your own shit. Everyone goes through their own shit.
Yeah.
And again, in the gym setting, it's something it's not frowned upon, but it's like passed by. Like if you like a lot of guys go through their own stuff, but it's not often talked about because it's perceived as weak.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I feel like that is, for a man, and I'm not being sexist because we both go through everything, and I know women go through there too, but I feel like a man as well goes through a lot mentally, as you said, with weak, because we're seen as like more the providers,
Correct.
Someone. That's exactly right. Like I'm the old school stuff, the guy pays for, the girl when she goes out and stuff like that. Not trying to take advantage of him at all as well. At the same time, I do like a girl who, shows, comes up to me with her and, goes to pay, but doesn't. I'm not going to let her pay. You know what I mean? Never. I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
No.
It's an old
because
thing.
that's a thing. But as well as that, like we can't express our feelings, like, because guys see it as you said, it's weak.
It's more what society's put for the guys. Like it's perceived as weak, which in reality it's not, And in the gym, when I started doing the men's mental health stuff, I didn't actually realize what was happening. I was just, it was just for the boys in the gym, but it started becoming a big thing. It was awesome. It was really good. And that's probably one of the main things I miss the most, obviously, besides the community that we created. But having these men's mental health gatherings were massive. I loved it. Again, it helped me mentally as well. Not just like, it didn't just help the boys in the gym. It helped me mentally because you sit there and you realize like everyone's got their own shit, but you can always talk about it with the boys. And no one's judging no one. Everyone just come together, have a good laugh, talk some shit, and then go about their business. You know what I mean?
Saw that. And that's fucking fire right there. Like, if you can have that group right there where it's like no judgment. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Always. And everyone goes through their own stuff, but you can help out, everybody and stuff like that. It's very important. And you know what I mean? Sorry
to cut you off, but the thing is, when you go through your own stuff, you think that no one else is going through anything either. You get what I'm trying to say? So when I was going through my own shit, when I had the gym, when I went like really like, you'd say like depressed, I just assumed I was the only person that had his own issues and like everyone else was fine around me. Like everyone's cool. But then you sit back, you take a step back and you realize every single person has their own shit that they're going through. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I came up with all this men's mental health. Again, I can't do women because it's not my thing to deal with like women's mental health. Men's mental health, it's the boys. We can come together. Everyone's comfortable to talk about what's going on. And, I'm not going to name names, but the first one I ran, I had a bloke come and he hadn't left his house in 2 years because something dramatic happened to him at home. And, for the first 10 minutes, he just sat next to me. He didn't speak. Then another 10 minutes or so goes by. He gets up and he introduced himself. He told his story. And he just looked at me and goes, man, I feel so much better about myself. I really appreciate it. I said, bro, I know you don't train, but my gym is always open for you. Any day of the week, you're not feeling good about yourself or you're having a shit day, whatever the fuck it is. Sorry for swearing. Come to the gym. My door's always open. Coffee machine's on. Do as you please, bro. Take the keys if you want. I don't care. So, yeah. And a small gesture like that, do you know how fucking amazing that is and can actually turn someone's day around? Absolutely, man. You think of it as a small thing, but it's something huge for them. But you don't see, again, when I was doing it, I never looked at it like that. I just thought, you're going through something. Bro, come to the gym. Okay, come have a coffee. Do you get what I mean? So like when people were like, we really appreciate it. I was like, isn't this just what people do for people? Like I just assumed that was the normal thing to do. Yeah. We always, even the women of the gym, we offered always, like the doors are always open for you, and I think that's another thing, like slightly going off the mental health stuff. The reason why the gym started working well is because we built a really good community about the people. It wasn't just about the training. Even to the point where once my brother went to Thailand, for 2 weeks, and I was completely burnt out, and it was nighttime. There's about 5 or 6 of our members there. They're having coffee at the front. It's about 9:30. I had to get back up at 5 a.m. to come run the class, and I was absolutely cooked. And I'm like, ladies, I love you all, but please just go the fuck home because I am so tired. I got to get up in a few more hours, blah, blah, blah. They go, fuck off, go home, we'll shut the gym. I said, all right, sweet. Left, they shut the gym for me, came back the next day, everything was sweet. You know, so that's another thing about why I miss the gym and having that community around us and stuff like that.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like to me that you need to get that gym back.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
yeah.
Because I feel like, what are they called? A little hocus pocus ladies. I'm like, I think that's the energy that you need. No, I'm not one of those, but I definitely can feel and sense that, you know, the gym is something that, you know, put you in that mindset and that you love. You got a passion for it, for people as well. And when you put all that together, it creates something amazing. I think you should. I think you should. Yeah, and I know you've been talking to me about, you know, trying to reopen the gym, rebranding and stuff like that. Oh, we'll actually get into that in just a moment.
For legal reasons,
yeah. What actually happened? So what's the gym called?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I don't even know, but who gives a fuck?
Okay.
So my gym was called No Bull HQ.
Yep.
And then during one of the last lockdowns, I just got a cease and desist letter from a company in America. They wanted me to shut the gym. They wanted to take the website, all that type of stuff. So I contacted a trademark lawyer. They reached out to them. They didn't reply. And then they reached out again. And then the last thing I heard was, this is far from over, but I'm not too sure. So we had to reopen, obviously, once lockdown finished. But just for legal reasons, who knows? So for legal reasons, I'm going to change the name, re-register the business and open up under a different name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better.
There's obviously a lot more to it. I just don't want to go in depth in it, but it was a bit of a drainer. But it is what it is, yeah.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
But and you know, you don't want to open the gym again with that name, and then, you know,
I don't know exactly. I don't know.
Lawyers up your
exactly
ass.
right. And they're a massive company, so it's not like they're some small time company. So
Yeah.
I'll just let it be and just rebrand the gym name and go from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best thing. But I'm actually G'd for this gym to open.
Yeah.
Come on, man, open it.
I'm trying. Trust me, we're trying, bro.
Yeah, of course. No, I know you're working so hard behind the scenes as well, and you know, and that's very important.
I think, again, even with that stuff, people don't realize how hard it is to actually, any business up and running. You would know yourself, you know, people just see it as, I think that's another thing where people are quick to judge anyone that runs their own small business or business in general. They're quick to judge from the outside, but you don't realize what's going on behind closed doors. Like,
no, you don't.
Everything, you know, it's a massive deal.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, no one sees all you know, what Cristiano Ronaldo did before, you know, soccer.
Yep.
All those, you know, countless times he was outside. Steph Curry is a fucking amazing example, man. He's always in the gym. You know, even when he was a kid, he was just putting up shots. People don't see that.
It's repetition. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything's
People
repetition.
don't see the shots that you put up.
Consistency, repetition, everything.
And, you know, with myself, how many times I have failed is just... it's crazy.
Yep.
You wouldn't pick it. And, you know, when you fail, people actually look down to you and they're just like, oh, man, look at this guy.
I told you it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
And, you know, here we're building everyone up even when you do fail because, bro, it's only going to take that one. It's only going to take one, you know what I mean? You could be a YouTuber and put out 1,000 videos, nothing hits, 20 views, 21, and then one hits someone. And then it's boom, and then it goes viral, you know,
but that's all they say is that one video. They're like, oh, that person didn't work hard to get there. It's like, you didn't see what happened. All those, like you said, all those videos beforehand to finally get those amount of views or whatever it is there might be, you know. It's a lot of hard work.
It is.
It's not just wake up and it just falls into your lap. That shit never happens. That's a load of shit.
I wish, huh?
Yeah, we all wish.
Unless you were born into the royal family, man.
Yeah, even so, even so though, it's still hard. Like, a lot of people aren't good with money. For an example, the royal family. Let's say they give you X amount of money. Doesn't mean that you're going to be successful with it.
No.
You might go spend it all on fucking, I don't know, coke and prostitutes, whatever. Who knows?
Yeah.
So it doesn't always add, like, doesn't mean you're always going to be successful.
All right. So let me ask you, and this is something huge as well. Women bossing it, like really, you know, just killing it. How's that? Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
All for it.
Same.
For it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see a difference between male, female. Like, it's all the same, bro. You're killing it regardless. So I'm for it. As long as the people that are doing well aren't rubbing it into other people. Do you get what I mean? Like,
they're doing it for the right reasons.
Correct. There are a lot of people that do it so they can gloat and like, oh, I'm better than you, which are each to their own. But male, female, I couldn't give a fuck, bro. Do your thing. Also, the other thing though, like what I found personally is like when you start running your own business, especially like a gym, because it is very one-on-one interactions with a lot of people and stuff like that. Not everyone that's around you wants to actually like help you, if that makes sense. So at the start, like you get all these people coming to help you and you always think that it's always a good thing, but you got to be quick to see that not they're doing it more for their own advantage, for their own benefit, so they can gain something from it, if that makes sense. So that's one thing I learned from the gym, was not everyone that we had around us was there to actually help us, but they made it like they were.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm just loving all this, you know, women's football, women's soccer, you know, women just doing all this stuff. Like for me as for a partner, you know, she's got to be ambitious.
Yep.
You know, I just don't, just a girl that doesn't have any drive or doesn't have a purpose. It just is very empty. You know what I mean? And I love these girls that are, you know, owning their own businesses, you know, really running it, like just...
It's hard work. So,
absolutely. And they just... It flips a switch, and it's so good to see that women are doing that, you know what I mean? And in some aspects, they're making more money than we are, man.
I'm sure there are a lot that are doing really well with it, bro. Yeah. With like social media, online presence, like they're amazing at it, you know. So.
Yeah, and I'm hating all this. I hate when people hate on that. Like, you know, people hate, you know, people who are making money on social media. Oh, you know how much this guy's making from TikTok. You know how much this guy's making from YouTube.
Copped it all the time.
Stuff like that. Now, I do know there's a lot of dumb shit on the internet, which is fucking funny.
Yeah, absolutely. But the dumb shit gets views, bro.
Yeah, it does.
And if it leads to sales, it leads to sales.
But I respect the people that actually, you know, have a drive to, and they're doing well on the YouTube and stuff like that, you know?
I think what I've come to realize is the reason why people give these people so much shit is because they don't have enough balls to put themselves in front of the camera and post themselves online. So again, you got to look at both sides of the story. I can understand where the vulnerable, insecure people come from because I've been there myself. So I might watch someone being like extravagant out there doing X, Y, Z, and I'm like, fuck that kind of, you know, as if she's like that, whatever it is, right? Because I'm judging so hard because I know deep down I'm jealous that I can't do what they're doing.
Jealousy, yeah.
Correct. So I feel like that's where a lot of the hate on social media comes from.
It does,
like, I post a lot of funny stuff with my brother. Majority of the comments are funny and the rest are like hateful. But again, it's usually from someone who has no profile picture and a fake username, whatever it is, right? It's that generic shit people say all the time. But you'll see why there's so much hate for these people. It's because a lot of people don't have enough balls to put themselves on social media.
Correct. Yeah, you know? That's it too. And also, some people are just that negative.
Well, they're bitter.
Their life.
Yeah,
they're bitter.
But that's why you got to look at why do they hate their life? Because deep down they're insecure, bro. They're jealous. They can't do what you're doing. So it's easier to hate someone doing something rather than trying to do it yourself. Because like I said, bro, like you work a job. All right, fair enough. You work, say, 9 to 5. You already hate it. Everyone pretty much hates their 9 to 5 if they do. But when you run your own business, it's not as easy as just wake up, go to work, and then come home. You know what I mean? You got to wake up. The first thing on your mind, work. Got to do this, this, this. You go home, it's still on your mind. Then comes social media. I've got to make sure I've got content for social media, all this type of stuff. So it's not what people think it is. And like I said, they're easy. It's quick. They're quicker to judge and give people shit than try it themselves and see what it's really about.
Yeah, no, absolutely they are. And you know, it's kind of a little bit unfortunate that they didn't give it a go or try to. But social media is not for everyone as well.
Correct.
You know, there's some people that I know that are very introverted. You know, very in their shell.
Yep.
But they're happy like that. You know what I mean? And I'm all for that.
Yep.
You know, I'm all for it, but it's not a vibe that we go for, if that makes sense.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're in a different kind of realm or vibe or whatever the fuck we are.
Well, I can see the positives and negatives of social media. So for an example, I used to compare myself a lot to people on social media. Oh, fuck, he's doing this, she's doing that. I'm a fucking piece of shit. But then once I took the gym, every day, social media, because that's pretty much how we grew our business, organically through social media, right? So at times I might contradict myself because it's good because it helps you grow your business and you get yourself out there, but it's bad because, I don't have a post. You start like getting anxiety, start stressing, or you start comparing yourself too much to other people online. Do you get what I mean? But for a majority of it, again, if you own a small business and you're listening, smash social media. If you're not getting the sales you need or your business isn't growing, jump on TikTok, jump on Instagram, jump on YouTube, whatever it is. It's all free marketing, you know? And I've had people multiple times, fuck, why would I use social media? I was like, well, if you're lacking business, get your name out there. It's free.
It's one of the biggest tools to use for advertising, free advertising.
That's pretty much all we did to grow the business. It was just constantly Instagram stories, going live. And then once TikTok came around, jumped on TikTok, Facebook, all that type of stuff, and it grew the business, you know?
So let me ask you, with this, with the gym, do you look at other gyms, like, you know, other people that have their gyms now and stuff like that? And does it creep in your head like, oh, you know, I wish I did that, or I wish I had this,
every day,
or I'm not good enough?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
is my gym good enough? Is my name good enough? You know, things like that.
Every day.
And how do you deal with that?
I just have to keep plotting along. And like, even if it wasn't overly successful as other gyms, the thing that would bring me back to reality was like, well, look how many people are coming to the classes. Look how many people, I know it sounds a bit arrogant, but our members would talk about our gym without even being there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, well, maybe we have created something here, you know, because like I said, it wasn't just gym related stuff. It was people based, like community.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I know a lot of people say that, but I will stick by my word where almost every one of our members will tell you the same thing, that they felt so welcomed in our gym. And how many people came there with their own issues, and again, it'd make their day, it'd make their week, it'd make their month, whatever it is. Our gym was the place for them to be. Like, that's where they felt the most welcome. I still have one of my members who I talk to like every couple of weeks. She said she hasn't been happy since we shut the gym. The happiest time of her life was when we had our gym. But every day, I still have that self-doubt. I'm like, am I good enough to be doing this shit? And I was like, what do you mean I've done it? Like, of course, you know. So when I look at other gyms, I'm more like, I look at it from a business point of view. I'm like, fuck, good on these people. Like, other people, oh, fuck, he's got this. Or someone gave him money to do this. I'm like, who cares if someone gave them the money? At least they got the balls to fucking try and do it.
And they put in the work.
It's all it is, man. And that's why I get frustrated when people put down other people. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about just gyms as business owners. Oh, but, you know, this person gave him X amount of money. I was like, all right, I'll give you that money and see if you can do the same thing they're doing. You can't? Stop hating. Like you said, it's just work, mate. It's just every single day work.
So when you look at other gyms and, you know, as I said to you, you know, you have that self-doubt.
Yep.
I think it's important that you're in your own world.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you can't let that world come into you because you're not at that level yet. And, you know, I know you want to get there, but, and this is reflecting on me. This is what I do. And it's like, okay, cool. They've done this and that's hilarious and stuff like that. Am I that funny? Am I going to be able to, you know, have that content and stuff? But don't worry about that, because if you let that worry you, then you're not going to be able to expand or branch out where you want. Stay in your bubble, stay in your world, and then your world will expand.
So let me ask you then, when you tell yourself to stay in your own bubble, how do you speak to yourself mentally to keep you in that mindset?
Well, I have to refocus and I have to just kind of take a breath and just think that, look at what I've done, look back and just think how far I've come and be like, okay, look, you're not there yet. Maybe you're not as good. Maybe you're not good enough like that. But the people that I have inspired and the people that I have, you know, that have gravitated towards me are there for a reason, aren't they? I've done something right, haven't I?
Correct.
You know, and that's what kind of brings me to that. And also I've got my own people, like, as in I motivate people, but even a motivator needs motivation, you know, from somebody else. I've got those people there that fire me up, man. I know what, like, you know, one of my boys, he'll call me 3 or 4 times at like fucking 7 o'clock in the morning just to get me the fuck up, doesn't he? I'm just like, bro, you know what the fuck is that? And as you said, like, it doesn't matter what time you start your day. He starts it before the sun comes up. You know what I mean? And bless that, man. I love that. I'm going to bed that time. Yeah. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm also waking up at the same time every single day.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, no matter what time I fall asleep. It might be unhealthy and I'm probably going to, you know, I don't know what I'm doing to my body. But
we're all going to die one day.
The thing is, bro, is that I have that energy. Yeah. I just love life. I don't want to stop. If there was like, I know I love sleep. But if I could just not sleep, it's such a fucking waste of time, man. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I could be doing when I'm sleeping?
Dreaming.
I could be going go-karting. I could be, chilling, you know, doing this, doing that. So there's so much in the world, like, you want to travel and stuff like that. There's so much of the world you want to see and do, but you gotta fucking sleep, man.
So when you put yourself in this mind frame of like, oh, I can't sleep, I've got to hustle, whatever it is, what do you do to sort of relax yourself so you can actually get yourself to sleep?
Jesus, man, there's nothing that I can relax myself to, bro, to sleep.
I get the same. Have you ever watched ASMR? I know it sounds weird, but have you ever watched it?
Nah.
That puts me to sleep.
I mean,
depends on, like, there's different types of ASMR, but I discovered it during lockdown because I struggled to sleep as well. And, like, especially when I had the gym, I was always like, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, whatever.
Does it help?
Passed out straight away.
Yeah.
I tried meditating and...
I love meditation, though.
Didn't work. Tried yoga.
Yep.
Didn't work. CBD oil helped, and
ASMR.
just out.
Fuck.
I'm telling you, give it a crack, bro. When I was like, when I struggled bad, I'll go on YouTube, type up a certain thing of ASMR, and just if I can focus on it, I'll be out. But I find it hard to focus when, especially like when you're overthinking too much.
Yeah, when you're ticking, you tick, tick, tick. Yeah.
For some reason, it just mellows me out, and I'm out.
Well, message it to me, and I'll suss it out because. Bro, I've tried everything. I've tried counting sheep, and I get so fucking upset because I lose count, and then I'm upset because I can't fucking sleep.
Yeah, I get exactly
you know
the same.
what I mean?
Or like you're trying to count the sheep, and you think about something else at the same time. Yeah, I fucking hate that shit.
Rain kind of works sometimes. It all depends on what it is. But it's just it's very difficult to kind of switch your mind off.
Yep.
And I think even though it's a good thing, I think it's a bad thing too because I just always want to keep doing something, you know what I mean? I always want to, but you always have to rest as well.
Of course.
And I think, as you said before, with the busy and the productive, you got to find a balance. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes I'm that exhausted that I'll come home, before the gym, I'll put on something, I'll make something, I'll quickly eat it, and then, bro, without it, me even know it, I'm out. I'm out like a light, man.
Sleeping, you're saying?
Yeah, just
yeah. See you later.
Just dead.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm not sleeping properly.
Yep.
So, but at the same time, I'm getting a lot done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I won't be happy enough until I've actually
So, what is it that you're wanting to achieve that'll make you happy?
Well, you know what? I think it's just limitless.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you've got that, you want more, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just want to keep going. And where I've worked from where I've come from, right? In a family where at Christmas time, bro, we got presents from the Salvation Army, man. You know what I mean? We came from a family like that. I'm not saying that I came from poverty, but I came from, it was pretty poor, pretty much. You know what I mean? Mum raising 4 kids, single.
Yep.
Dad went out for cigarettes, never came back. You know what I mean?
I shouldn't laugh. It's just the way you said
it's funny because he's lost, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So you never had any contact or relationship with your dad at all?
Yeah, I found him afterwards, but it kind of never worked out. He had already moved on, married somebody else and stuff like that. I really wanted to have that close thing, but it's an unfortunate thing that he just didn't want me, man. So I mean,
sorry, bro.
Hey, you know what, bro? Honestly, I know it sounds like a bad thing, but when I do have kids, it's not gonna. I know what it feels like not to have a dad, so I don't want them to have the same thing. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a trait in me that's a good thing, and it just sucks that I had to go through it. Mm-hmm. But hey, fuck it, he's lost, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
We're doing pretty good.
And you're the oldest in the family?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you had to stand up at some point and be the big brother, the dad at the same time, or what, for sure?
Yeah. Well, 3 sisters hate me, so...
So you did something right.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. Fucking oath I did. They don't hate me, but...
But I'm sure you were like a big overprotective brother.
Yeah, man.
You had to be.
The boyfriends and stuff, man. Fuck, that was a trip. Huh? Chaos, man. Yeah. Chaos. And you would know it, you're Arab.
Yeah, for sure.
Mate.
Yeah.
I tell you what, bro. Us wogs and it's Arabs, we're not different. I love that, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, through that family stuff and it's also crazy because, people perceive this as, okay, look, they've had a troubled childhood, right? They either got 2 ways. They become this serial killer, they become a murderer, and stuff like that. And then they blame their childhood. My dad was never around, he beat me, this, he that, and then, or they boss up, they shut the fuck up, they focus, they're like, you know what? I don't want to live this shit life anymore, right? Let me do something about it, and it can either go 2 ways.
But let me ask you, do you ever get times where you get down about certain things from your childhood and
all
instead
the time.
Of suppressing it, do you bring it to surface and try to deal with it, or what do you do? Do you bottle it up, throw it away? What do you do?
Well, I don't bottle it up.
Yeah.
I have those people that I can talk to.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
So you have an outlet.
Yeah, of course. You have to have an outlet. One of the biggest outlets for me is rap music.
Rap, okay.
Oh, absolutely, man. When I was 3-4 years old, my first song that I ever got was Eminem.
No.
Kill You.
I haven't heard it.
Bitch, I'ma kill you. Yeah. And my mum fucking threw it, chucked it in the bin. You're never listening to Eminem again. This, that. And all through my childhood, all I wanted was rap. And all I listened to was rap.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I feel like I've got a sense of, like, it's a family thing because, you know, what they went through, I went through, you know, kind of similar shit. Mm-hmm. In America, man, they go through so much, like, more fucked up shit. I understand that. You can't compare that, but it's kind of a bit similar, you know, with, you know, that. And, bro, Eminem was just, everything, you know, for me. And then, you know, you had Tupac, you know, 50 Cent, and all that. And they were rapping about all this stuff. And, you know, one of the biggest ones here is Lil TJ right at the minute. And he's going through some stuff that I'm going through. And I think, you know, music changed from being lyrical to now if it sounds good. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's all about the lyrics. If I like the lyrics and what they're rapping about, and I listen to their album, then I'm going to be like, fuck, man, this artist is actually something for me. You know what I mean? That's how I formed it with Lil TJ. And I think it's very important. You know, he was on the grind. He came from, you know, nothing, and he was on the grind. And then I was like, fuck, I'm gravitating towards this. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Is that how you feel about music as well?
Oh, 100%, except for when I'm training. It has to be just fucking whatever sounds good. But I relate to
get
everything
you
else.
the fuck
yeah,
up.
You have to. Absolutely. I don't want to cry in the gym.
But actually, you know what? Like, that's one of my icks is the gyms that play I Miss You music. I can't, man.
I don't know.
I'm lost for words. I got no words.
I'm not sure. Again, not throwing shade at these businesses, but I've been to other gyms since shutting, and I
just find it funny.
It's a library.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there and I've seen members tell the staff to put the music down. It's already down. Like, it's already pretty much off. Turn the music down.
Well, then why go?
It's a gym.
It's like going to a club. Oh, hey DJ, can you just turn it down?
You go home, you old.
Yeah, I've got a headache.
Oh man. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not too sure about. Like, I'll never understand because I've always liked setting the atmosphere and setting the vibe. When especially in the gym setting, the music has to be like not fucking blaring, but you know, you got to get people going.
It's the same with life. You have to set the vibe in order to, like, kind of, you know, push that day.
Correct.
And
when you're going through shit, you still have to ride that way.
Yeah, shit has to be like, you know, all bars. You know, you have to fucking get G'd up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm all about that.
And that's going to lead on to my other thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, Daniel.
Yes.
When you wake up in the morning.
I take a shit in a coffee.
No. Go before that, right?
Yeah.
You've just woken up. Tell me, how do you motivate yourself to fucking kill the day?
That's a good question.
You should have an answer for that.
I do have an answer. Again, this all goes back to the like positive, negative mindset. So depends. Like, at the moment, I'm not as like 100% mentally there as I was when I had the gym. So in the morning now, I just think about what I've got to do for the day and just go about my business. But I have a set routine every single day. So even when I had the gym, same concept. It's routines, which leads to habits. And that's just the way I go about my day every single day.
But what motivates you to have a good day?
Being myself, to be honest with you. Like, there's no like.
Is it a song? Is it a mindset? Is it
mindset? Has to be mindset.
Yeah,
it always is. There's like, you can listen to a song. Let's say it goes for 3 minutes. That J's you off for that whole 3 minutes, right? But once that song finishes, what's going to happen to your motivation?
The next song.
Wait, you can't play it all the time, can you? Right?
No, you can't.
So what happens? It goes down.
But do you have a love for yourself as well?
You have
Does
to.
that?
You have to.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Even when I get down on myself, I have to ride the wave mentally because I'm like, you know what you're good at. This is what we're here for. Let's go get it. But at the same time, I don't rely on anything or one thing too much to get me going. Yeah. For me, the biggest thing that motivates me, or let's say motivates me, is structure. So when my days are structured out properly and I know exactly what I need to do to get done, then I'm cruisy. I'll smash out the whole day. That's how I go about my business.
So is organisation very important?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to being productive, not just busy.
And setting goals?
110%.
Yeah.
Always. You have to.
So you got to have something there to kind of like reach and stuff
Correct.
like that.
But again, it also goes back to, you can't really, like a lot of people, you don't have your goal set, you're a piece of shit. Well, some people enjoy just doing what they do every day. Do you get what I mean? But if you want to achieve more with yourself or whatever it is you're doing, then yeah, of course you have to set goals. So absolutely, that drives me. But sometimes it eats at me because I'm like, these are the goals I want to achieve, and if we haven't gotten there, then I get so angry at myself. I'm like, what'd you do? You're a piece of shit. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have to also find that balance of not letting that negative self-talk come back into play. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, it does. Absolutely does. And guys, I want you to keep following us on the Spotify. We're going to release episodes fortnightly for now, and then weekly. A lot of people have been messaging me, when's the next episode out? I barely just dropped the last one.
Nice.
It's a good feeling.
Absolutely.
But I'm not that much of a fast worker, do you know what I mean? Editing does take a bit, but I'll try and get them out as quickly as I can for you guys, because you guys are really gravitating towards this, and I appreciate that. So I just feel the love, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
Now,
what motivates you then?
Oh, absolutely. So you want to know what motivates me?
Yeah.
All right, so when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is want to headbutt the alarm, and I set the alarm every 5 minutes and it's just ding, just snooze.
I can't do that at all.
But it just helps me. I don't know why, but it's snooze, and then after I do that a couple of times, then it's definitely I got to scroll through the phone.
Yep.
Right. And I'm thinking about just waking up, just trying to, kind of get myself there. Then once I have done that, then I put on a song, and it's and there's different songs, because different songs drop every week or something like that. Something different, but it's what I'm feeling at the time. It's what I'm going through. If I'm stuck in the feels, if I'm in a boss mood, stuff like that. But usually I like songs that kind of G you up, like Meek Mill, as we were talking about, bro.
Yeah.
He's a major G up, isn't he?
Absolutely.
There's Lil TJ, Eminem, fantastic at G'ing up. But there's certain songs, do you know what I mean, that I'm going through. I'll G up, and then I'll think about eating, because I'm hungry as man. I'll think about eating. Well, yeah, because it helps me feel strong.
Yep.
So yeah, I smash some food, and then, as you said, organization, thinking about the goals that I have for the day, and that's what G's me up.
Do you have those written down, or are they in your head, on your phone, paper?
On my phone. Yep. So I've got a to-do list on my phone that I always kind of proactively change and fix up, stuff like that.
Yep.
And going back to it, is self-love. It really, you need to love yourself, love the day, love life, and love being here, because it's blessed. It's a blessing to be here. Not every day is promised, and you don't know what could happen. So love it.
So do you practice gratitude as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Also daily affirmations in the mirror. You know all about that, Daniel. I'm piping up to something, looking at you. I'm a fucked sicker. Hey, now you've done it, huh?
Oh, did you see that video? Did you?
Of course I did.
I didn't know.
I support you, man.
I can't remember where I posted it.
Jeez,
I can't even remember.
This guy.
I got in trouble on TikTok for apparently it was like sexual nudity or something.
Well, you weren't nude.
No, because I scratched my balls for a quick second.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was those daily affirmations is what gets you going. And sometimes people, they look at me and they're like, "Why do you love yourself so much? You're vain." Mm-hmm. And look, maybe it is. Maybe I am exaggerative of it, but why? Is because if I'm not going to love myself, who's going to love me? You know what I mean? 100%. If I say, I'm going to go out and my work's going to be shit, why am I going to do that? No, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what you got to have, the belief in yourself. Belief in yourself is so important. Again, with mindset, it's the belief. If you fucking believe, you can achieve anything, man.
I agree. Let me ask you, if someone's feeling down and out, okay, and they're in a bad mindset, and they follow everything that you talk about, they're all about that, but they can't get themselves out of this rut they're in, what would be your advice to these people to help them get them out of this rut?
Now you're interviewing me.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is my podcast.
Yeah.
You're just a guest, brother.
He's taken over these fucking Arabs, man.
Arabs do, bro.
I swear to God.
We take.
Absolutely. Oh, Jesus. No, I do love it, man. I do. So if someone's in a rut, because I've been in it before.
This is the reason why I ask, because we can always talk about like what motivates us, but I've always been big on what about behind closed doors when people are actually going through things. What's some advice people will give them to get them out of that rut? Yeah.
Well, I'll go through it quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I do get stuck in a shell, and being in a shell, it's okay. You need to realize that being in a shell is okay. You're not always going to be high all the time, man. You know what I mean? As you've seen on here, you know, we'll pop, but now we're, you know, getting down into the nitty gritty, and I love it, the rawness of it. You know, get into a shell, man, and surround yourself with like-minded people and great people, man. You have to have that around you is very fucking important, because if you have people that are not for you or care about you, you're not going to get out of that.
So
you know,
make it worse.
Yeah, of course. And toxicity is just you got to get rid of that. You know what I mean? People that are toxic and stuff is not for you. And really think about how far you've come. You know, I think about that so much. When I'm in my shell, I do a lot of thinking, and it helps me because it charges me up for the next week the next day or the next week. It depends how long it takes me to get out of that. And then I'm full ahead.
Yep.
You know, so if you're going through something like that, just take a step back. Very important too. Yeah.
Tell yourself it's okay. Like you can get.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to talk. It's okay to, you know, people say to me, you know, why would I talk to someone if they don't give a fuck? Well, you talk to people that do give a shit.
Because there are people that do.
Because they do. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you could hit me on a DM, and I'm pretty bad with messaging sometimes, but I do love messaging. It's just that we get busy, right? You know, with our work. But we always get back, man. We always reply. But you can hit me on a DM, man, about anything, and I'll talk to you, have a phone call.
Yep.
You know, because we all go through stuff. And as I said, you got to surround yourself with those type of people, good people, because your circle defines you. Yep, absolutely. Okay. But remember, it's okay to talk, and it's okay to take a step back, because one step back is going to be 2 steps forward.
Correct. I like that. Nice.
Yeah.
Good answer.
So, thank you very much. Would you like me back on your podcast?
Yeah, sure, mate. We'll have you on next time. Who's our next speaker?
Wouldn't you like to know? Because I would.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to do something for you. I've got a little game for you.
Oh, shit.
I know. We like games.
Depends.
On what?
What game?
Well, there's no alcohol involved, unfortunately.
Yeah, good. That's all right. I don't drink much anymore, so one drink I'll be done. So
yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine, man. Having a little Remy Martin, Hennessy or something like that with dinner is pretty good. I remember we used to get drunk a lot, man. We used to get drunk heaps. And now it's just, you know, when we celebrate or something like that, just fitness has taken over. I mean, there's no it's not bad to drink if that's what you want to do. Yeah, each their own,
I can't
bro.
handle my alcohol. I'll sniff the bottle. I'll be done.
Really?
Yeah,
I just hate the vomiting feeling.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
that's
I hate
why I
that.
stopped drinking. I can't handle it.
Yeah,
I'm a lightweight.
but I do like a drink.
Yeah.
As we all do. But okay, so we're gonna play a game here, right? And I'm gonna give you 5 things, and I want you to put them in order of importance to you.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
You can take your time. No, you don't have time.
Don't take your time.
No, because what are these people going to do when they're driving or something? They're going to be like dead silence.
Sheep. They're going to count sheep.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
if
they can get past 8 sheep, I'll be very proud.
They're
because
sleeping while driving. Good on you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so... But this is all completely subjective. This is all completely you. There's no right or wrong answer. But I just want to know what's important to you to what is least important. They're all important, but what's going to be important, all right?
Yep.
So number 1, and I don't know how you're going to remember this, so you might have to take my book. Number 1, surround yourself with like-minded people. Number 2, a job you love. Number 3, changing your mindset. Number 4, setting goals. And number 5, stacking paper. That's what we got. Do you want to take my book and see and think? Yeah.
Do I have to give a reason why for every one of them?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Why you put it there?
Yeah. All right. First one.
Yeah. And you can take a minute.
Changing your mindset. Because what's the point of having all this other shit if you don't believe what you want to achieve? Like you said before, you could have all the money in the world, you could have this, you could have that, whatever it is. But if you're not right mentally, then and you don't feel like you can achieve something, having the money is not going to change it. Do you get what I mean?
Yep.
You know, people are like, oh, if I had more money, I'd be happy. But if you're not happy now, when you get money, you're not gonna be happy regardless, right? So I think personally, changing your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say setting goals is number 2 because again, like how are you going to achieve something without having anything to aspire to?
Yep.
I'm torn between surrounding yourself with like-minded people and a job you love. See, the surrounding yourself with people is similar to like setting goals because if you surround yourself with the right people or like-minded people, you have similar goals. So, fuck, I'm gonna say that as number 3 because I feel like it depends on who though. Like, not everyone can find a job they love, right? So that's a tricky one, but I like that a lot. So that's I'm gonna have to put that as number 4. And the last one would be stacking paper because if you focus on just money, then you're not going to get the desired outcome.
That's it. Now, there's not right or wrong answer, but that fuck, man, you had me at hello.
Yeah.
No, that is fantastic.
And I know. Again,
can you just say that again?
I forgot what I said. No,
the stacking paper.
If you focus on the money, then you're not going to get the desired outcome of what you want.
That's exactly right.
And again, it depends on what you do. Like even for say my job, even if you're just a personal trainer or a coach. If all you want to do is make money from a client, they'll see it from you straight away. If there's no like actual interest in getting them results, what they want to get physically, mentally, whatever it is, they will know that you're there just to take their money. Mm-hmm. They might train with you maybe 3-4 times, and then after that they're gone, and then you can't figure out why. Because people can see if it's just about money, you don't really have the drive to achieve anything from what you want to get it.
Yep.
So that's the way I see it.
You need to get this gym back.
I know, bro.
You absolutely do.
I know.
And that's a job that you love.
I do, wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
But again, there were times where like, it's sort of like the grass is greener, right? When I had the gym, there were times when I went through depression and stuff. And to me, it was just, through that period, I'd go in tired, drained, just run my classes, social media, go home. Not thinking that, I didn't realize what I had until we shut it. Do you know, even the messages I would receive, you guys are the best, you're like family, all the stuff, right? And I love every single person that's come to those, good or bad, I love every single person. But then once I shut, I took a step back, I was like, fuck, we actually had something decent, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely want to fucking...
That's what's a scary thing, man, is that you don't know what you got until you lost it.
Absolutely.
It happens in life so much, and I fucking hate it. It is what it is.
It is, exactly. Yeah.
But... I love that it is what it is. It's so fucked up because, I don't know, my house could be burning down and my car just like crashed into the pool or something, and I'll just be like, it is what it is. How fucked is our generation now, man? We don't, but I think not the carelessness, the like not giving a fuck is a good thing because how can we stress about it? Like, we can't fix the house. The house is already on fire. It's already burnt down. I think, as our generation, we're thinking about how can we fix it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's or the people, or how our circle. That's how we think of it. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you, what's your 5?
No, we're not getting my 5.
Why is that? Because it's my fucking podcast. Come on, bro. You can't ask me. I can't ask you back. Come on.
Of course you can.
Let's go, bro.
But
no, can't take your time, mate.
Because we don't have time.
Yeah.
You want time? Go read a magazine.
Yeah, read a magazine. Fuck.
That's from Fast and the Furious, by the way.
Well, I'm not into Fast and the Furious, so sorry.
Well, too bad.
Well, let's go.
It's a great thing.
I'm not into cars. I'm probably the only Arab you'll meet that's not into cars.
So okay, yep. I see what you I see what you think. Look, to me, number 1 is surround yourself with like-minded people. I'm very, very passionate about that, man. I wholeheartedly believe it, and I think I've probably drained everyone's life with it in this podcast, but in this episode. But it is so powerful that people don't understand that having that environment around you can lead you down different paths. You know what I mean? Because I've been down both paths of surrounding myself with people who don't have ambition, don't have a purpose, are always getting into trouble, getting arrested.
It drains you, doesn't it?
It does. But you don't know any other way. You know what I mean? And then if you're getting into that mindset, you're going to start stealing stuff. You're going to start, trying to do everything you can to excel in life. But it's the wrong way.
Correct.
And then I've been around people who have successful businesses, who are winners, who are this, and the conversation is so fucking different, and it makes me feel belittled sometimes when I'm around it, but I don't give a fuck because I've got something to learn from them. Do you know what I mean? And it helps me. Second one a job you love. I've had that many jobs, got fired from a lot. But I only got fired because I didn't fucking care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know people are there for the money, and that's where we've got here, stacking paper. I know people are just there for the money, but bro, it just does something to your mindset that just...
You just feel empty.
Yeah, you do. You do. And I just couldn't be fucked, man. Like, you know, I got fired for swearing. I got fired for, you know, having a Jack Daniels from Nando's. We're not... I can't believe I did that, bro.
What do you mean?
We're on break, man. It was a debt collecting agency.
Yeah.
We were on break and we went to go Nando's, and Nando's had Jack Daniels for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I just
drink
Daniels.
every lunch break, but that's all good, brother. No stress, bro.
I just couldn't believe I did it.
Yeah.
And I walked in with the Jack Daniels.
Wait, so they used to sell Jack Daniels at Nando's?
Yeah, give me a sec. We've got an intermission, all right? Give me a sec. And that. Oh, yeah, back to the Jack Daniels. So, yeah, Nando's does sell Jack Daniels for I don't know why. And I don't know. I think I had a brain fart, and then I walk into the orientation. I put the Jack Daniels down. I was waiting, you know.
What the fuck?
Then someone comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, we need to see you in the office."
You're like, I wonder why.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I've just lost
Hold
my
on, just
job.
quickly. The whole bottle. They sell whole bottles of Jack Daniels.
Just 600 ml or the bottle thing, yeah. And she's like, "Oh, we got to let you go. You know, it's not a good look." And yeah, so that was it. But I'm going to tell you another story, right, that I got fired from because I think it's fucked up. Mm-hmm. So I worked at another call center, and basically I went to go to lunch and I got pho. You know pho?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on the phone to my mate. And I was making the pho. I was like putting all that stuff in, put the chili in and stuff. Anyway, I was outside and wind flew into my eye, so I rubbed it. And bro, I have never felt this pain before. Excruciating pain in the eye. It was on fire, bro.
Yeah.
I ran straight into the place and I go, "Where's your toilet? Where's your toilet?" Right? And she's like, "Ding, dong, dong." I was like, "Oh my God, she doesn't speak English." Yeah. Right? So anyway, my mate's like Googling, you know, what to do when you get chili in your eye.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, "Oh shit." I ran into the toilet, putting water on it. He's like, "It says put milk." I'm like, "I don't have milk." And then, you know what happened? She comes and she goes, "I bring you Aussie man." And because he knew how to speak English,
gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway, so that subsided, right? Because I wear contacts.
Yep.
I took the contacts out straight away. I went back to work an hour and a half later, and they're like, "Where were you?" Like, because I was just in orientation, you know, so it was just training. And I said, "Look, you know, I've got the chili in my eye, blah blah blah." I told them. They didn't believe me. Mm-hmm. I said, "Look, I really did." Yeah. Anyway, they're like, "Okay, sit down." I couldn't see. I was like, "Oh shit, I got to put the contacts in." So I went to the bathroom, right?
Oh, no.
And you know where it's going.
Oh yeah.
And I put the contact in my eye. Again, round two. I'm like, "Oh my God, I could not have fucked up anymore." Yeah, but I did again. Yeah. And bro, it was just excruciating pain. I ran out. I said, "Please, I need an ambulance." Yeah. Jeez. Nah, we can't give you one. I'm like, "Does anyone know first aid?" Nah. I go, "Oh my God, my eye, this, that." Anyway, I was out of it for about another 45 minutes because we had to desensitize this eye. I had to. Not we, I.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was on the train back home and I get a phone call from the manager. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Hey man, look, it's not working out. I heard about the incident today.
Yeah.
We're going to have to let you go."
Yeah.
And I told him and I said, "Look, man, you know, this is not my fault. Things like this." And he said, "Nah, man, we can't do it." I said, "All right." You know what I said? I said, "All right, no worries. Yeah. You want to play? We'll play." So anyway, after that, I got on the phone to Fair Work. Mm-hmm. And I was speaking to them. And I said, "Look, you know, this is the situation. I haven't been working here long, but, you know, I think I got unfairly dismissed." Mm-hmm. And I said, "Look, somebody, you know, in your work, they have to be able to know first aid." Yeah, right? That's one thing. If you request an ambulance, they must be able, they have to, no matter what. So I was like, "Okay, yep, no worries." And number 3, nobody provided me support. They just all like turned a blind eye. Anyway, they called the work, I don't want to get into too much detail, but I got paid, they paid me out for it. Not a lot, but still, and they changed the firing to a resignation.
Okay.
right? So you want to play, baby? Okay, we'll play.
Yeah.
So, things like that. Yeah. But it wasn't a job I enjoyed, right? But can you see how, it might be bad luck, and I was looking to myself and I was like, why the fuck is this happening to me every time, man? But I just didn't enjoy things. I think that's probably why it was a bit of bad luck as well at the same time. And, I look at that like that. Bit of discrimination, but there was a lot of jobs like that. So anyway, back to the list.
Yep.
So the job you love is very important. After that, I'm kind of a bit stuck, but between the changing and the setting goals. But I think the changing and the mindset is going to win this one.
Yep.
Just purely because your mindset is everything. The mind is a variable. The mind is a terrible thing to waste, and the mind is also very powerful.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you can believe it, you can do it. Setting goals and then stacking paper. As much as I love the paper, the Benjamin Franklin's, mate, I love them.
Do we have those here? Oh.
I've been watching too much fucking rap music, man. Stacking the paper, but you're going to need it. And as you said, you don't have paper without all those. So unless you were born into a very rich family, like Hollywood baby or something. So yeah, I like that. All right. So also as well, man, you said something before as well that probably people don't remember, but what did you say about the working?
Oh, when we had trainers, I would never said people worked for us. They worked with us.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of important. It depends, again, on the way you have your business set up and what you're doing. But in terms of what we were doing, I felt like I wanted everyone to be on the same level. So I didn't want anyone to feel like they were belittled or they were lower than anybody else. I wanted everyone to work together, come together, grow together, and achieve as many things as they could together, or as we could together. Sorry. So I
think that's success, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. But again, that's the way I looked at it. Doesn't mean that it's the right way, but
no, it's not for everyone. But
yeah,
it's like the gym, man. Not every single training is going to work for everyone. You know what I mean? HIIT's not going to work for somebody else. Dupe's not going to work for another person. You've got to find what works for you.
Correct.
And that's the same with these kind of goals and stuff like that. Find what works for you. And I liked how you said that you were Googling how to run a business when you were setting up your gym.
Yeah.
But because you weren't just, and you were doing your homework, you weren't just listening to one person on how they run their business. You're taking it from all these different little things, putting it into your own little art, if you will, or your canvas.
Yep.
And then you look at it, and then you put your kind of your talent and your spin on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's important because then you form something that's unique for you, and that you make your own mistakes.
Correct. And at the end of the day, when you do it yourself and you do make your own mistakes, there's no one else to blame but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Things go right, it's for a reason. Like, you've done these things to get there. If things go wrong, sorry, go on.
I just cut you off.
That's all right.
Do you think accountability is important for success?
Absolutely. You have to be you have to depend. Again, you need someone to hold you accountable, but you also need to hold yourself accountable at the same. You're right there, mate.
Yeah. I'm spilling this thing, man.
Yeah. No, I think accountability is massive because again, you can get away with. Again, this kind of goes back to being productive and being busy, right? You might call a mate of yours for an example. Bro, I'm so busy. I've got all these things on, blah blah blah. But if there's no one there to actually put him on, bro, stop talking shit, get to work or whatever it is, then how are you gonna get to where you want to go to, right? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, that's exactly right.
I'm big on accountability. Even it sort of goes back to what I was about to say in the gym. Everything that went wrong, if anything went wrong, it's my fault.
Yeah, you can't blame the...
No, never. I was never a victim.
You can't blame a customer. You can't blame clients.
I can't blame the trainers. I can't. At the end of the day, even if a trainer had done something wrong, I let them come work at our gym. So then who does that fall back on? Me.
It always does.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So accountability is massive. If something went wrong, I'll sit down at the end of the day. Well, why did it go wrong? It's my fault it went wrong. If something went right, cool. It's because we did this to get there. How can we take that again and then elevate it to another level?
Elevation.
Yeah, it's always
I love
the case.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I'm all about that. But can we touch on another thing just quickly? You told me before, what's this nudity business? The
acting, yeah?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
So I did theatre.
Yep.
And I love doing theatre, man. I love improv and I love I did short films, did stuff like that. I really love acting, man. And anyway, one of the theatre productions that we had to be nude on stage for a few scenes.
1 second.
Okay. Yeah, you just need to digress.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You were nude on stage in front of an audience.
Yeah.
How many people were we talking?
500.
Shut up.
Or so.
Seriously?
Yeah. And also there was one time where so for me to be nude, I had to undress. There was a scene because we were in the locker rooms, we were in the showers, and I was taking a shower. I had to undress in front of everybody and then stand in a invisible shower and take a shower.
Are you talking about on stage or behind the...
No, on stage.
Okay, yeah.
It's invisible.
Okay.
Everything's invisible.
Yeah.
So, and when the water... So, there's sound effects. So, I'm having a shower, right?
Mm-hmm.
One time, the sound effects didn't go off. And I'm standing there. I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, there's something wrong with the water. You know what I mean? I'm standing there fully nude in front of everyone. Then when they finally realised what had happened, just using your acting smarts, I was like, oh shit, that was hot. You know what I mean? So there was something wrong with it. But I was standing there for a bit, just nude, And then there was a fight scene that we were nude. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How do you... hold on. How did you tell yourself, how did you not get embarrassed being on stage naked, or what did you tell yourself to be like, it's just part of what I'm doing?
It's my craft.
Yeah. And you didn't once think, fuck, they're looking at me naked or anything like that?
No.
How many of you were naked on stage?
Did I give a fuck? No.
Okay, yeah.
There was probably 3 of us.
And
3.
Everyone was naked, right? Oh, no, I'm curious.
Do you want to know size as well?
No, that's for another podcast.
That's if you want to know details, but the deets, but all I could say is, man, like the same with you owning a gym and stuff like that. You just gotta be into it to know it. Mm-hmm. But it's just my craft. I just thought this is what I do for a living. This is what I love doing. And I wouldn't do anything I'm not uncomfortable with, if that makes sense.
Were you ever uncomfortable at all when it got presented to you at all?
Probably the only thing. No, I'm not. Wasn't.
Kudos to you, bro.
No, I wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. But no, I wasn't. It was just, I don't know. It was just something that because I love acting, I can just bring all that, and it just, you're in a mindset of a character and it just flows. The thing just flew, man. I just didn't even realize I was naked half the time, I was just like, okay, cool, this is what it is. And we got interviewed by, so we're actually on the radio, stuff like that. We got interviewed by those people and stuff like that. And, one person said to me, they actually said that. They said, do you care about being naked? And I said, no. I said, no, it's, it's my craft and that's what I want to do. There's limits to obviously your craft, but I haven't achieved that yet. So,
nice. Was the fight scene interesting or what?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting, I guess. We were just wrestling.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, and again, like I had this one short film. It was basically like a police one, and stuff. And anyway, I love, like, you can see how passionate I am about, my craft. And so we went to this abandoned warehouse type thing, and there was this major tower, and I was a sniper in the film, and I was like, I want to climb that. I want to get up there. They're like, no, you can't. Occupation, health and safety. And I'm like, man, Tom Cruise does it. I'm like, how I do it? You know what I mean? But anyway, they wouldn't let me.
Yep.
We found a spot in the warehouse, but it was up top. Bird shit everywhere, stunk like shit. Man, I don't know how I did it, bro. Don't ask me because I don't know.
Yeah.
I put a bag down and I just laid in it and I just got on with the scene.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you do, right?
Yep.
It was fucking, I don't know how I did it, man.
Yeah.
But again, the mind is a very powerful thing. If you can tell yourself, like going back to the nudity, I just didn't even think people were on stage. Like when I was deep in character, you don't even realize you're in front of an audience. You don't see people.
Excuse me. Yep.
You see where you are and where you need, where your character is.
So it's like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And also as well with characters, it can, with Heath Ledger, characters can actually affect you deeply.
Yep.
It
Okay.
really can. Yeah, your actual life.
And are you saying that it did affect you afterwards? Is that what you're saying?
While it was, yeah.
It was for a while.
No. While I was doing
While you
that
were doing it,
character,
it
I had
affected you?
other things. No, I had other things that went on
Okay.
that it kind of affected that life, as in in the mindset, because I was surrounded by toxicity.
Okay.
Yep.
So are you saying you wanted to pursue it further, and like the people you're surrounded with, like you couldn't excel? Is that what you're saying?
No, not to
Okay.
excel. So what I'm saying is, a character can actually take over your
Oh, sorry. Yep. I understand what you're saying now.
your everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
can
were in
actually
character. Well, yep.
not believe you're that character, but you can take on characteristics through that life. Yeah, if you're in the wrong thing, you know what I mean?
Yep. I gotcha.
So yeah, it's
Nice. Were you ever on the show? Thank God You're Here.
no, but I would love to.
Fuck, I love that show.
How good is it? It's back, bro. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's
but I
back.
used to watch it back in the day.
Hamish came back, bro.
Yeah.
They have a few good ones, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, check it out. It's
I
on
feel like
YouTube.
nothing would beat the way it was back in the day, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But they've got the old people back, the same type of thing. But yeah, watch it, man. It's really good
Yeah.
on the Hamish stuff.
I used to love watching that back in the day.
It was good, yeah.
I loved it.
It was
Absolutely
fucking fantastic.
Even the show you on, Rush, I used to love watching that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
bro. How sick is that? Yeah, man. I was only an extra, but bro,
Who cares,
you
man?
know, we
It's
did.
great.
Yeah, bro, we did some good shit. It was stellar. Yeah.
Mm.
So there's some stuff on the back burner that I don't want to talk about, but you know,
It's all good. You don't have to.
no. As in, like, you know, we're just manifesting it and we
Yeah.
see where we go with it. But yeah, bringing back to the old roots. Getting some band back together and
Nice.
maybe do something. So, because bro, acting is just it's fantastic, man. To become somebody else. And do all that kind of stuff. Like, because I can't be an astronaut in real life. I can't, you know, be a, I don't know, police officer or something like that. So, but in a movie and stuff, I can get shot in a movie and not die. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, I can come back.
Yeah.
So, well, if they use the right guns,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, one guy died from that. Yeah, I think it was the Crow in the movie.
What's his name's son?
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he got shot with a blank, and yeah, that was
Or
pretty
was it
unfortunate.
like a real bullet or some shit? Yeah.
No, it was a blank, but I don't know how it. Yeah, I don't know how it
Oh.
discharged. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I just know the scope of it.
There you go.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy, but
Yeah, man, absolutely.
you know, but with your gym, man, you know, you've got some public speaking and stuff like that in your gym, you know, especially your classes, you know, and that's your craft.
Yep.
You own that.
Yep.
You know, you own that space, and how do you feel like doing that? As in, I know you're not nude, but you're exposed.
You still get anxious. I still get anxious and nervous
Mhm.
from time to time, but it's sort of like you set the standard, right? Same thing, I guess, with what you were doing, but I also tell myself if I don't do it, it's not going to get done.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And it's also, if I want the vibe to be a certain way, I have to set that.
Yeah.
I can't wait or rely on anybody else to do it, because at the end of the day, it all falls back on the owners of the business.
Accountability.
Correct. So if I wanted it to be a certain way, I'll set it a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'd still, like, every class I run, I still get a little bit anxious, get a little bit nervous, but put the music on, get to work, and then I'm back in my element. And I love it. Like, I absolutely love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, getting on stage, even though I loved it and I kept doing it all the time, I'm going to tell you the feeling of opening a curtain, seeing 500 people.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Right? Knowing you have to do it, can't fuck up a line.
And if you do,
We're pretty good actors.
Yeah.
So, you know, with theatre, if you fuck up a line, everyone else knows their other lines. So I know their lines, they know mine, and we can kind of get it back.
mm-hmm.
But you want it to be flawless.
Yep.
I'm a perfectionist. I want it to be flawless. And the feeling is basically you're on a plane, you're looking down, and you're going to jump. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But the audience wouldn't know if you were to stuff up a line, right? But you know you've stuffed it up if it ever happened.
Yeah, of course. They won't know it's part of the story. They don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's that flawless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
like, if I
correct.
didn't know his line or something like that, maybe I, you know, and then it wouldn't go back, wouldn't make sense. But yeah, we're pretty good. Actually, speaking of that, one of the guys' phones rang on stage 3 times. His mum. Yeah, no, it's been, and wasn't part of the scene. Nah.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
You haven't cleaned your room.
Well, and he just, like, didn't he put it on silent? Didn't, like, throw it backstage?
No, he must have forgot.
It just kept going off.
Yeah.
As if he didn't just, like, get someone to put it on silent or something.
No, I don't know.
That's weird.
I mean, we all had ours backstage, and yeah, so.
I'd assume that would have been the first thing. Put your phones backstage before you go on stage.
Yeah. Phone off, and, you know, I'll never actually turn off my phone off, but for acting, I do. You have to.
You don't want to get interrupted.
Nope. Not like that, anyway.
Perfect time.
Actually, that's fucking perfect. Is this thing on? Alright, so... Yeah, so he just rang and it was his mum. So, yeah, perfect timing, eh? Saved by the bell.
Exactly.
Now, I want to talk about stuff that so people deal with on a daily, or like, you know, some things, right? Now, one thing that's crazy is people who say they're in a relationship, yeah, and say, all right, look, their partner cheated on them, right? And they forgive them. Okay? Yeah, so they stay, but then they do it again. All right? Or they leave and then they come back, right? Or they try and make it work again. And I always say, you know how the story ends. You've read the book. Why would you read it again? You know, what's your thoughts on that? Don't go back.
Yeah, well, it's obviously everything's easier said than done in life, regardless, right?
Of course.
But I'm not too sure. Like that person who has been cheated on, they might be like lacking self-esteem, lacking confidence. It's a comfort thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They could be financially stable with this person.
Would you go back?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
No matter how mentally unstable I am, or like, but again, I can't speak for these people. I don't know, but I'm saying these are maybe some of their options. I don't know. I'm sorry. This is what's going on with them. But no matter how down I am about myself, I would never go back. Like, I wouldn't be able to look at that person the same. That's just my opinion, though. But again, there could be multiple reasons. Like I said, there could be like unstable mentally, maybe they're lacking confidence, low self-esteem. They
feel like they're not gonna get better.
Correct. Or they might have kids with them, so it's
lonely.
Harder. Yeah, or they might have kids with them. I don't know. Like, there's so many different scenarios. Who knows?
Yeah,
right?
Kids make it very difficult, don't
Absolutely, you know. Some people do stay with their partner for money. Like, they're financially in a good position.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, so that's a tough one. I don't know. Would you stay?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone's different, you know.
No, I wouldn't.
I've met plenty of people that have stayed.
Yeah, of course. It makes me
different reasons.
It's just upsetting because, as you said, like they have kids together. Yeah, the broken family. It's hard because I come from one, and you don't want that, you know, for a kid. Some people make it work, and that's great. And then other times it ends up being shit.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can only imagine
like
how bad it would be.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
If you're staying for the kids, like, that's understandable, but how messed up is that person that's staying? Do you get what I mean? Like, they probably won't be waking up with much of a purpose other than their kids. So I don't know how good they'd be feeling about themselves either. But again, I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, and I hope to God it never happens because I'm just not interested in that shit.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so it's just, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're trying to fly that high fly.
Yeah.
High fly. What the fuck is
Not
that?
sure about- I don't know. I just said
yeah. That's true. That's true. It's pretty out there. But you just gotta. And that's another crazy thing. Like, you know, anything that I do, like, no matter where I am, I have to write it down if I get an idea. It's just like, as you can see, I've been writing down a lot of stuff right now while it's coming to me. Yeah. But if I'm driving, got to write it down. Got to put it in my phone.
Or you'll forget.
You know, if I'm at work, I've got to write it down. If I'm anywhere, really, if I'm eating, if I'm doing this, there are times where I can not need to write it down, if that makes sense, but I'll forget it. Yeah. Obviously, there's times where you're not going to write something down, but I'm not thinking about that time.
Yep.
You know, but when an idea, I'm talking about generally, when an idea comes to me, I've got to write it down.
Absolutely.
100%, or else I forget it. And you'd be the same, you know, with your gym and brand and stuff.
And I wouldn't even write it down once. It'd be like notes on my phone, then on a spreadsheet somewhere, then on some piece of paper, then on the whiteboard, and then I go back and look over and make sure it's all there. It's like, fuck, is that right? Like,
boom,
exactly.
Whiteboard.
Yeah, absolutely.
My man.
Yeah,
so how much does a whiteboard help?
It's like, again, all these things you hear, they sound so cliche, but then when
it's a game changer.
Once you start doing them, you're like, what the fuck? It's so basic. I've got one at home, and I had one in the gym, and like I'd go in there. Like I said, even if it was on my notes, put it on the whiteboard,
yeah.
Bang, 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 and like then from there, like, you branch off into certain things and then go from there. But I absolutely love whiteboards.
Yeah, whiteboard. I got one.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And it's because it's always there. It's
Correct.
You know, focused.
Correct.
You know, and I remember them. I know school didn't really tell us much, but there was a few things. But I remember them saying, you know, visualize it, but have it on your wall. You know, stick it on your wall. You know, say you want a Bugatti stick it on your wall. You want that mansion, stick it on your wall. You know, and you got to visualize, and visualize is very, very powerful.
Yep.
But I love the whiteboard, man. You can rub it out. It's always there. When you wake up, you can, you know, see the whiteboard. And that's another thing I do. I look at my whiteboard when I wake up because it's fucking out there.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, having that whiteboard, I recommend it. 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But again, I go back and forth between the paper, the notes, even on the laptop, and then bang, whiteboard. Always on the whiteboard. But even so, sometimes I write things down on the whiteboard, but I go into more detail in my head. So sometimes I find it hard to always put it down on paper or on the whiteboard, but I know how to explain it to myself in my head. I don't know if you're similar like that as well.
Yeah.
If you have a certain thing that you want to, like a certain goal or whatever, it might be brief on the whiteboard, but in your head, you know exactly like every single detail.
Oh, 100%. Because when I'm driving, man, if I get an idea, I can't write a fucking essay about it.
Absolutely.
Right? I got a point, like just a point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that little point maybe not make sense if you read it, but it makes sense when I read it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly
of course.
it's exactly how it used to be with everything that we're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? For so long, I keep thinking, am I fucked up? Is this normal? And but
You are
when
fucked
we,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know what? When we were talking, we're very similar, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if it's a disorder or some shit. I don't know what it is, but it's just. I think everyone's weird. I think everyone has a little bit of weird in them, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
You like? Yeah.
Is that weird?
No, not at all, bro. Hey, that's what you're into. That's what you're into.
But it's not normal, and it's and that's
But
what's good
normal?
about it.
What's normal?
Exactly.
Everyone's different. Like
What's
you
right
said.
or wrong?
Exactly.
Because I don't think there is a right or wrong. It's just what people or society have deemed it right or wrong. But what is right to you could be wrong to me, right?
Correct.
You know, vice versa. And the same with weird. Like, I think everyone has their little weird quirks,
Yep.
right? And this is why I'm not good at flirting, but I think that's a great start. Like, you know,
But it goes back to what you were saying before. Like, you got to find what works for you.
yeah,
You know, some people like getting up early, 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Some people like sleeping in. Whatever works for
Crazies.
you works. Yeah, exactly. But if it works for them, it works for them. You
Yeah.
know? So it goes back to what you were saying.
yeah, absolutely does. And are we weird though? Like how we're thinking and stuff like that.
I think
But
I'm
then
weird
someone
at
else might
times,
be, you know, thinking something different. That's why I love having, you know, talking about it to different people because everyone has their own different outlet and mindset and like their views on life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, for sure.
And you don't have to agree with everything, but you just got to respect it. I
think
people
that's
have
the
that
big
same
thing,
thing.
respect.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
show
gone out the window
empathy.
for a lot of people.
Sorry?
I say that it feels like it's gone out the window with a lot of people in this day and age.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, to be solid, it sounds stupid, but it's hard to, right? It shouldn't be. It should just be something natural, shouldn't it? It should just be something built in you, you know? But it's not how it is these days, is it?
It's a bit different now, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's all fakers all around.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
And that, well, I mean, it is. And even though, you know, I'm trying to motivate the world, I'm also trying to show people that you can show empathy. You know, you can help others, care for people. And in you, that's what I see with your gym and, you know, allowing people to come, you know, if you've got a problem, just come to the gym, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's something happening at home or anything like that, come here. This is a safe space.
Absolutely.
And I think it's very important to create that safe space for people. You know what I mean?
I feel like as well, a lot of people who haven't been into fitness before in the gym, they don't realize the correlation with mental health and physical health. Do you know what I mean? So they don't look at going to the gym as anything to help with their mental health. But when you go, you know yourself, how much better you feel when you get a workout in. You might be having a shit day mentally, you go to the gym. As soon as you're done, how much better do you feel? Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, have you ever been to the gym like, fuck, I wish I didn't go and train today?
Yeah, of course.
You wish you didn't train after you trained?
Oh, no, after I trained.
After I trained, sorry.
Yeah. No.
But like when you're walking, you're like, I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to do this.
That's
right?
when, yeah.
Yeah, but then once you finish, like, that was mad.
That was fucking sick, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wish I did train.
That's another big thing I feel like that's missing with a lot of people that haven't been to the gym before.
And when you skip the gym, right, you feel shit.
Absolutely.
Right? It's the same with work. If work calls you into work, right, and I'm doing something, all right, I'll be like, yep, no, I'm going to be there, right? I'll do it. And because I know at the end of the payday or whatever, that extra, you know, the extra shift that I just picked up, that I just did, is going to feel great.
Yep.
I might not, you know, I might not feel great then, but and that's with mindset. I might be like, oh, yeah, all right, cool. You know what I mean? It just takes that split second to change it. But just think of that, you know, that you do think of the money a bit, but also as well, man, we're in the 1% club that I said that we love our job. It's a quick switch. You know, I can understand people that hate their job or just doing it for money. Just what I can tell those guys is, because we've been there, man, as you can tell, you know, with the jobs that we've had, just stick it out. You know what I mean? It won't last forever if you don't want it to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's up to you to change it. It's up to you. We can give you the tools, man, but if you ain't going to do it, you know, I can't push you. I can't force you. You know, but it will come around. You know what I mean? And another thing I believe is that opportunities come at very strange moments. It can come at any time.
I agree. Yep.
Yep.
But going back to what you're saying in terms of like, it'll change if you wanted to. It's so true, because I've seen so many people that I know personally that don't enjoy what they do, but they're not changing anything to change their outcome. Same as like, I'm going to relate it back to the gym, like weight loss. I've lost 40 kilos myself. So it's kind of hard when people come with, it's going to sound a bit bad, but when someone comes to me with a bullshit excuse, I can't be fucked today. I'm not going to, well, whatever the fuck you're going to tell me, I'm not really going to believe it. I've lost 40 kilos. So what is it you're going to tell me that I'm going to believe? I've been there. I've done that.
Well, it's not bullshit.
But you get what I'm saying? When people try to, like, I'm talking about shitty excuses they have. And that's why I think another reason why I enjoyed it, because I know what it's like when you go to these places, to a gym, and you feel insecure and you don't want to go in. I wanted everyone to feel welcome. And I want them to know that I've been there, I've done that, we're here to help you get through that. But it's the same thing with weight loss, or you want to put on muscle, whatever the case it is. If you don't change anything, you're not going to get anything from it. You're not going to get any results.
No, that's exactly
You can train
right.
every fucking day, but if you eat like shit, you're not going to lose weight.
Yeah.
You can train every day. If you don't eat enough, you're not going to put on muscle.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Facts.
Simple as that. It's the same with anything else that we do.
Yep.
You know, if you don't change like what's happening every single day, like your habits or whatever it is, then nothing's going to change.
That's exactly right, man. Yep. And it's just going to be the same. It's just going to be the same routine, isn't it? Get up, go to work.
Yep.
Come home.
Netflix.
Yep. Netflix, go sleep.
Eat shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got no time to train, but I watch 3 hours of Netflix.
I mean, there's 3 hours right there, right?
Do some push-ups while you're watching it. You know, like, you know? Yep. Seriously though, like if you think about it, like,
go for a run.
Even if you don't want to run, I understand, because when I was overweight, I literally would like walk around my backyard for a bit.
Yep.
And then I used to wait till it got dark, and then I put on a big puffer jacket and start just slowly around my block so no one would see me because I was so insecure. Then started running, and then every night push-ups, sit-ups every single night until it became a habit. Then I got into the gym properly. But
make it fun.
You make it fun, but also like it doesn't have to. People assume when it comes to stuff like that, it has to be like all out straight away. Start walking.
Yep.
Start fucking walking, man. Walk around, walk up and down your street 10 times. Go back in. You can literally do a little bit of a workout while you boil the kettle, waiting for a coffee. Yep. You know what I mean? I know it's not as like a proper workout or whatever, but it's better than nothing, right?
I mean, I do chin-ups on the train.
There you go.
I haven't caught a train in a minute, but yeah, I used to do that.
Do you know what I mean? But like...
And people used to look at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
But it's even when people come out, I've got no time to do anything, but then we'll sit down for fucking 3-4 hours and watch TV all night. That's your time to go do what you need to do.
And as I said, man, you have to make it fun. You know, if you're watching Netflix, just buy a treadmill, put it in the lounge room and just run while you watch it. If you don't like that, you know, if you like the beach, go for a walk on the beach. You know, run on the beach if you want. Just do whatever you can to stay active. I'm not saying you know we're big in the fitness industry, and I get that, but our bodies need exercise. It needs
so does our minds.
Yeah, our minds, bro. 100%.
This goes back to what we're talking about in terms of habits, though. So use like just small habits. Everything adds up. 1% is every single day add up. So if you go for that walk, you're going to feel good about yourself. Then mentally, you're going to feel better about yourself. Then you're going to be like, hold on, if I just did a 10-minute walk, why can't I do 15, 20, 25? Matt, I feel better. I want to go to the gym now. And mentally, you're in a better like mindset to actually go to the gym and not worry about it. Then next thing you know, you're smashing out all these workouts. But it can be as easy as that. Just a little shift there. Yeah, but also starting off with like just something basic. 10-minute walk, 20-minute walk. Walk your dog. You don't have a dog, take your neighbour's dog. Walk that, you know.
Take your neighbour's dog. Yeah, I'm just
fucking
you.
go take it for a walk.
Yeah.
It's just these little things that people don't realise is, but it's not as hard as a workout at the gym. Cool, but you'll get there.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as the mindset in terms of like, if you don't like what you're doing, if you want to change it, 1% is add up gradually every single day.
And then if they don't want to go to the gym, find something that they love doing.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's not hard to find something you love doing and then just try and excel in it. You know, do your homework. Be proactive with it. and just see where you can take it. You know, you never know where it can go and what you can do from it. And even if you don't get huge from it and stuff like that, inspiring 1-2 people, or like,
Best
you know,
feeling.
gathering them is the best feeling, man.
Absolutely.
Like, I can't tell you enough how much I just love somebody just coming up to me and said, man, you know, I've listened to your stuff, or like I've even seen you in the gym and you just look like, you know, you're energized, and that is like, wow, you know.
You can't put into words.
But I can't, man.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
I talk a lot, bro. I can't put that into words, bro. I'm a
Yeah.
wordsmith, and I can't, because it makes your soul, it just hits the soul, bro.
It does,
100%.
doesn't it? And
then
it makes you
it
want to
just-
even do more, right?
yeah, bro. And then they're just like, oh, it made me do this. And in my head, and I'm like, bro, I don't want you to make you, but fuck, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it absolutely, I don't know, it's just mind blowing, isn't it? Yeah. And the same with your gym, man. It's like, you know, people have come to the gym and just been like, fuck, I just really love being here. And at the same time, because it's closed, I've never, like, you know, I felt like the best when you guys were open,
Yeah.
you know?
That's something I definitely want to bring back, though. 110%.
Am I pushing you to that?
Absolutely.
Am I Gene you
Yeah,
up?
you have to, well, again, accountability. So you have to hold me accountable until I do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go.
And are you doing enough work, and do you deserve your rest? Do you deserve your rest? Have you done enough work?
Are you asking me, or is that what you're just throwing out there?
A bit of both, I guess.
Have I personally deserved my rest?
Yeah,
No, probably not.
exactly. So
No.
keep going.
Yeah,
Keep working harder.
Fair, yeah, I
Keep
like
going.
it. Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's what I'm here to do, right?
Yeah, fuck it
Motivate
over.
the world,
Yeah.
but first I'm going to motivate you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Before we end this episode, though, man, I could talk to you forever. Anyway, I got one thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you have one thing for someone, right? What would it be? What would you tell them? Anything from this, or your personal stuff?
Yep.
Just anything you could tell somebody. Just give it to us. Lay it on there.
Be honest with who you really are. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, don't
Stay
put-
true to yourself.
Stay true always. Like, I used to struggle a lot trying to fit in, or wanted to fit in with other people. So I used to try to like mold myself around who they were, and I'd go home empty. Do you know what I mean? So I started feeling better, especially mentally, once I was true to myself and who I was. So I reckon the best thing is just be honest with who you are and what it is you want to achieve with your life. You don't have to fucking go next level with it, but whatever it is you want to achieve, just sit down and tell yourself, like, is this what I really want? Do I want to be like this? Cool. If that's the case, then work towards that every single day.
Boom. Mic drop. Well, I can't really drop the mic right now, but that's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it, bro. Thank you for
these
having me.
insights are so helpful, and they do inspire to, you know, manifest people's dreams and, you know, set their goals. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to motivate the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Just Hustle podcast. Guys, follow us on Spotify and Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah, we'll be all around. And until the next one, man, you stay safe and
Always,
keep
bro.
hustling. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Bye, G. That's it. Oh,